We are now about over a week past the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and despite the news about the tariffs delaying the pre-orders in the United States and the news about the pricing of everything, I'm still on this huge hype train. If you're disappointed and if you're angry, sucks to be you. But I'm excited though. I'm loving all the new specs, all the new features coming to it. Mario Kart looks like it could be the best Mario Kart of all time. GameCube is finally on NSO, like GameCube Virtual Console, something we've been wanting for like over a decade. We finally have it. That's fucking hype. But if there's one thing that I'm constantly obsessing over, it's the new Donkey Kong Bananza game. Ooh, banana. This shit looks hype. First off, I'm a huge fan of Donkey Kong games. You know, not only because Donkey Kong's an OG. Okay. But his games are really fun and creative. Now, I might not have played like Jungle Beat or all those other spin-off ones, but when it comes to like the mainline games, like the country games, I love them. I thought they were very creative and offered a unique challenge. And the two modern country games made by Retro Studios are some of the best 2D platforming you'll ever play. Those games are very artistic, like the level design actually coincides with all the set pieces you see in the background. The levels are very challenging, but well thought out. It's super creative how they made the level design. The visuals alone is eye candy. Like, everything looks so vibrant and beautiful. Even Country Returns on 3DS holds up well today. Like, these Retro Studio Donkey Kong games are amazing. But I always thought to myself, like, with how fun the level design is, with how fun the action-packed gameplay is, what would a 3D platformer version of this be like? I know we have a 3D Donkey Kong game in Donkey Kong 64, but if I'm being honest, I don't really like Donkey Kong 64. Granted, I haven't really played through it fully, but it's just the gameplay kind of felt kind of slow paced for a Donkey Kong game in my opinion. Not to say it's a bad game, but it didn't feel like it really took advantage of you actually using the character Donkey Kong. And I wanted to see something more akin to the country games, or at the very least have something that's more akin to a 3D Mario game but Donkey Kong themed. Cool. Well, the good news is we are getting that right now. And oh my god, I couldn't be happier. First off, it's been over a decade since the last Donkey Kong game. I mean, the last Donkey Kong game was Tropical Freeze, and that game is fantastic. And how could they not make a new one since? I know it got re-released on the Switch, and I know the Country Returns got re-released as well. But those are just re-releases. Those aren't new entries, and we finally got a new entry in the Donkey Kong series. And it's something fresh. It's an actual 3D platformer Donkey Kong, something we haven't seen since Donkey Kong 64, but this time, much like how I wanted earlier, it has that fast-paced, action-packed gameplay to it. Now, I know a lot of people, including me, were wanting a new 3D Mario game in that Switch 2 Direct, but here's the thing. This is our 3D Mario. Like, I know it's not actually Mario himself, but Donkey Kong technically is in the Mario universe. But my point is, I'm not just talking about the fact that this is a 3D platformer in general. The thing about this game is it has the actual DNA of a 3D Mario game. More specifically, Super Mario Odyssey. Like, if you actually dissect all of the gameplay and look at every little element, you can tell this game was made by Nintendo EPD Tokyo, the same developers of Super Mario Odyssey. And thank the lords, because 3D Mario games are the best 3D platformers you'll ever play, and Super Mario Odyssey, in my opinion, is one of the best 3D Mario games out there. So to have the gameplay and structure of Super Mario Odyssey merged with the Donkey Kong franchise is genius. So they're definitely the best team to tackle a 3D platforming Donkey Kong game and have it not be like Donkey Kong 64. Sorry, Donkey Kong 64 fans, it's just, I don't really like that game, but we finally have a good 3D platformer now, so let's all be happy. And you can tell this new 3D Donkey Kong game is being treated like a big deal, like a 3D Mario game. Because if you think about it, for Nintendo's very first presentation on their new console, they end their last surprise with this game. That's how you know they're very confident about it. They're giving it that 3D Mario treatment. And that's how you know, for now, this is our 3D Mario game for the Switch 2, and I'm pretty excited for it. And for anyone that has doubts that this game has the DNA of a 3D Mario game like Odyssey, let me break it down for you. First off, the main objective of this game is having you find the main collectible, the Banandium Gems. And these Banandium Gems are pretty much the power moons. There's a plethora of these scattered around each world, and you gotta complete objectives to collect them. And these objectives are the same way you will complete them in Super Mario Odyssey to get a power moon. Some of them are hidden in secret locations, some of them have you complete a little mini game, some of them have you defeat an enemy to get one. It's the exact same as Super Mario Odyssey. Well, bro, do you remember some of those simple minimalistic bonus areas in Super Mario Odyssey? Yeah, they have those same exact areas in this game too, with the same type of idea where you gotta do some tricky platforming or something, you know? And when you collect the Banandium Gem, it's like 1-to-1 when you collect the moon in Super Mario Odyssey. It gives you a quick little animation of you collecting it with the name of the mission displayed underneath. And on top of that, remember how Mario would cycle between 3 different animations for collecting a Power Moon? DK does the same thing, but with his facial expressions. Now, one thing I noticed from the Treehouse Live footage is when you collect the Bananza gem, it doesn't show up on your user interface that you collected one. You know in Mario Odyssey, when you collect the Power Moon, it'll show up like near the top left area? DK doesn't have anything like that. But I'm wondering if that's only for the Treehouse Live build, like maybe they didn't want to spoil how many Bananza gems are in that level. But they do have the similar silhouette slots that they had in Mario Odyssey. Like for example, look at the loading screen here for this bonus area. It shows that there's 3 of them you gotta collect. But as for the main user interface, it doesn't look like it has any indicator with how many Bananza gems you found. Hopefully there's a way of checking them. Like I'm sure there will be, but we'll have to see how that works. But the act of finding the Bananza gems by doing all these little objectives and the animation when it comes to collecting them, it's all one-to-one with Super Mario Odyssey. Even other animations are very similar. Like look at this timed mission for this Bananza gem. When you activate this little mini game, the game pauses to zoom in on the objective. It zooms out, it has you play it, and when you complete the objective, it shows the Bananza gem show up and the game pauses again momentarily. Then afterwards you can collect it. Again, that's like one-to-one with Mario Odyssey. Or even like this glass barrier right here. When you put the key in this hole, and if the game kind of pauses just to show an animation of the glass breaking and then it goes back to normal afterwards, even that is one-to-one with something in Mario Odyssey. Even little details like how the text dialogue is. Like look how the text is referring to this little enemy right here, and it has like their name highlighted with the icon next to it. Mario Odyssey did the same exact thing. This game also has a photo mode just like Mario Odyssey. And I know other games are starting to do that too, such as Mario Kart World, but Mario Odyssey was the first to do it, so I thought I'd mention it. You can tell that the Mario Odyssey developers are working on this with all the DNA that this game has from Odyssey. And on top of that, the very fluid and swift movement of DK is very similar to how Mario moves around. This little footage of like a boss battle looks something similar to Odyssey. You even have a companion character similar to Cappy in this game, being named the Odd Rock. This little fellow joins you on your adventure and sits on your shoulder constantly, and I believe there's a mechanic where you can sing music and kind of find hidden Bananza gems. So it seems like this companion will help you along the way, similar to Cappy. And what it looks like from leaked artwork, this companion may be a mini Pauline. This is very interesting. The fact that you have like a mini Pauline hanging out with DK. I don't know what the lore is behind that. I keep seeing people say this is like an origin story. I don't know if it is. My theory is this is Pauline put under a spell or something. But we have yet to see, but it's definitely interesting. Even the visual details with the world, with how vibrant and colorful it is, with how the lighting and the shading is, like this also looks like Odyssey. Like everything in this game is one-to-one with Super Mario Odyssey, that you can call this Odyssey spiritual successor. This is like the sequel to Odyssey. But of course, playing as DK, you gotta have a nice twist on it, and I like how they made DK very strong. It's very impressive that you can smash through pretty much anywhere in the world, and from what it looks like, the game like doesn't even lag at all either. And if it does, it's very minimal, and that's very impressive. Like I've seen this time-lapse video of someone destroying this whole portion of the world. The fact that you can do that in this game is incredible. It's like a whole sandbox game. It looks like so much fun just smashing through everything. You can like rip boulders out of the grounds and wall and throw it at other things and destroy everything. You can take a boulder and just surf on it. Like everything looks incredible. You can even scale up mountains freely. Like Breath of the Wild having a stamina meter, nope, no issue for Donkey Kong. So they pretty much took the 3D Mario formula and tweaked the gameplay to match DK's strength and used it in the best way possible. So yeah, I'm pretty content with this being our 3D Mario game. This game is fulfilling that need of wanting a 3D Mario game for me, and I'm pretty excited because again, it gives us that awesome 3D Mario gameplay while giving a character like Donkey Kong a chance of having his own game again. Something else I want to mention that's not really particularly about the gameplay, but I just want to put this out there. I absolutely adore DK's new design. People are calling it like his classic arcade design or his movie design, whatever the case may be. I think this design is so much better than Rare's DK. And don't get me wrong, like I don't think Rare's DK looks bad. I mean, that's the DK I grew up with, that's the DK I know and love, but I mean, when you compare Rare's DK to the new DK, it's night and day. The new DK design looks so much more full of life. He looks so joyful. He looks so expressive. He's making so many facial expressions that we've never really seen before. And it's all because of one change. That unibrow like eye socket thing that he has, it was constantly at a downward arch, which pretty much constantly gave him this angry looking face. Even when he tried to look happy, he still kind of looked a little mad. And it was kind of like holding him back from his full potential. I know a lot of people are complaining that like the old DK is just completely gone. Like, no, he's not. Like, if you look at like DK's angry expression in this game, it's pretty much like the DK we know and love. It's just this time he's able to make more faces now, which is amazing. He looks very charming, and this is just a much needed change, and I love it, and I'm all for it. But overall, this game looks amazing. This is pretty much our next 3D Mario game, but I'm glad it's a Donkey Kong game now, because again, we've been waiting 10 years for a new Donkey Kong game, and the fact that it's a whole 3D platformer that has the gameplay and charm of a 3D Mario game is absolutely amazing. And I am so excited for this game to come out. Now, a bad example for a character redesign is... What the fuck is this?